I'm 100 pounds overweight. What should I focus on first? Are you moving? If you're not moving, then I would recommend start moving. I think movement is medicine. Kind of ties back to that first question pertaining to, what is the key to living a healthier lifestyle? I operate under the philosophy that movement is medicine. And I think if you're not moving, this is a great place to start, right? I think getting into the gym and starting some resistance training would be a phenomenal place to begin your journey to lose 100 pounds if you feel like that's what you need to lose. But I also feel like there are so many different forms of movement, right? Again, we kind of talked about this on the first question, but I think resistance training is a great way to go, and obviously that is what we practice and what we preach. So I'm going to always speak very highly of resistance training for the many benefits that can come with that. So start moving, right? Some type of, getting some types of steps in, movement, sport, whatever makes you happy, whatever you enjoy the most. And then from there, I think locking in on nutrition is so key. It's so critical. Starting to find some consistency with your diet. Again, figuring out what shoes you're in. Are you in the shoes of the person that's over consuming and not moving enough, or are you in the shoes of the person who is under consuming and maybe moving too much, and then kind of navigating your way from there? That would be my yeah.
I 100% agree with Jake on this. I think so. I actually had a client recently. We've been working together for a few years now, but in the first 2 to 3 years was really learning about his lifestyle, his habits, his routines, the mental overcome of understanding that it really starts on the inside. And that's so much of what I learned from the podcast I did with Jared Hamilton, is learning so much more about the inner work, the inner game that comes from a dramatic shift in who you are. Losing 100 pounds, that's a small child you're getting rid of. That's a huge journey. And I think the first step, what should I focus on first? I think the first step is coming to peace with the fact that this is going to be a long journey.
100%.
I think coming to peace and understanding that this will take time. It will not be overnight. It won't be 6 months. It won't even be a year. It might be 3, it might be 5. By the way, plan for 5, it might happen in 1.
Yeah.
Plan for 1, it might happen in 6. But if you hope for too short of a time period, you're only going to psychologically fuck yourself into not following through. So stay with it. Keep going and just make one small change every quarter. So every 3 months, try to add one new habit or one new skill. In 1 year, you'll have 4 new things that you do every single day. By the end of 2 years, you'll have 8 new things that you'll never go back on. If you can do that, I will guarantee success and sustainability on your journey. And this is one of the biggest things that helped my client lose 110 pounds was starting and meeting him where he was at. So for him, the first step was all we have to do, bro, is eat a serving of vegetables a day. That's what we needed to do with him. That was it. It was starting with 1 serving of vegetables. From there, it was like, okay, you don't eat enough protein. Let's add 1 serving of protein with those vegetables. We'll start there. And every month, we would add 1 little thing into his diet. By the way, we didn't take away anything. Notice, we didn't restrict. We didn't take away. All we did is add 1 small thing every so often. That's what led to his success. So don't think too far ahead. Don't create too short of a timeline. Start with small, simple skills and slowly build upon them, and I guarantee you'll get there.
I love that answer.